chapter 3, verses 19 through 21. And this is the judgment, that the light is come into the world, and men love the darkness rather than the light, for their works were evil. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, and cometh not to the light, lest his works should be reproved. But he that doeth the truth cometh to the light, that his works may be made manifest, that they have been wrought in God. John 3:19-21. Okay. Why would man love the darkness rather than the light is the question. And I refer to Genesis chapter 2, Genesis chapter 2, verse 9. Y'all don't have to go there because I'm speeding through it.
It's all right. All right.
And out of the ground made Jehovah God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Now, in this also I refer to Genesis 3 and 4, chapter 3, verse 4 and 5. And it says, And the serpent said unto the woman, You shall not surely die. For God doth know that in the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as God, knowing good and evil. Now, my note is that when I reflect on that, the enemy studied our design, and he studied the way we were made and figured out how he could ultimately deceive us. He discovered that apart from God's light, the force of darkness could overtake us. Mm-hmm. What is darkness? The partial or total absence of light.
Yes.
What does that deception look like? Well, in today's time, we see an illusion where the illusion or the deception looks like an illusion, the lie that my way is better or the world's way is better. What does illusion mean? A thing that is likely to be wrongly perceived or interpreted by the senses. I'm going to refer to Genesis chapter 3, verse 7. And the eyes of them were both open, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. Now, why are they trying to cover up? So now there's a need to cover and to hide, and the senses have been distorted. Now, if we go back and reflect on illusion, a thing that is likely to be wrongly perceived or interpreted by the senses. So he's appealing, the enemy appealed to our sight, where we can see, where we can taste, where we can touch. So he's, this is the flesh, So he studied us before anything. So our senses have been distorted. What I can feel, what I can see, smell, taste, hear, and touch. Now what is honest, pure, and of a good report has been polluted. Yeah. And then Jesus understood this. And, he's 100% man and 100% God. And if we refer to Matthew 4 and 8, where he was tempted, how many minutes I got, Brother Wayne? Matthew 4 and 8. Again, the devil taketh him unto an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them. And he said unto them, All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Now, he knows he's God. You know, the devil ain't stupid. Well, he is stupid, but he knows that he's God. You know, but he's trying to appeal to the flesh, to the man in him. So you know, Jesus knew what we were up against. He knows the illusion that is that the enemy tries to create and tries to inflict upon us, or tries to appeal to us and deceive us. So we have to beware of the lust of the eyes and the pride of life. You can go to 1 John 2:16, and God is warning us of that. You know how, you know, what are you looking at? What your eyes are beholding? What your ears, what you hear? You know, all these things are a factor in the way God made us. And as times get worse, as men continue after the illusion of what they see is good and what they feel is good, the great delusion is coming. So delusions are fixed beliefs that do not change even when a person is presented with conflicting evidence. So you go into a mental disorder because everything that you perceive, or, you know, once you entangled yourself, oh, this tastes good, this feels good, you know, it all is just a big lie. But he gives you over to that lie. So now you are, you know, you work in error. And so my message is really about what God was showing me, that the light is come. You don't have to try and, well, you have to understand your weapons. You have to understand the illusion that's going on around us. People's hearts are getting harder. The iniquity is bounding more and more. And as that continues, we have to be aware of this illusion around us. And some of the things that you think feels good, that it looks good, it's just an illusion. It's not real. Amen. Amen.